You're watching Fugitive RedEye, and welcome to a condensed version of a shit show. If you've been following my Rumble for the past couple weeks, I have currently done 2 Rumble-exclusive shit shows in the past few weeks, and we're planning to make it a regular occurrence where we discuss politics and things like that on Rumble. On the weekends for shit shows from time to time, because it could be fun. It also gives me an excuse to make Rumble content, because sometimes my Rumble audience doesn't get the most content, so this is a way to give them something exclusive and fun. However, I am still considering doing highlight versions of these shit shows and uploading those to YouTube. So this is the first one of those. This is a recut that takes away some of the key takeaways from that shit show. It's sort of a highlight reel. Now, it's severely condensed. The original is actually 3.5 hours long, actually a little over that. And this one's just over 37 minutes. So as you can tell, that's nearly 3 hours cut out. There's a bunch of stuff we reacted to, we commented on, things like Mag Bitter Truth and a few other things. So if you want to see the full show, check it out on my Rumble. But here, we got the highlights. This is severely outdated at this point, because it was right after Trump had just bombed Iran. And this was sort of our reaction in real time after the fact. Now, obviously, a lot of the information is out of date at this point. As you guys know, I've given some further takes since then. And that situation has been inconsistent as hell. First, there was peace talks afterward. Then Trump was getting mad at Israel and Iran for both still butting heads and going at it. I'm not even sure what the current situation is. The whole thing with this Trump term that's been really interesting is I really have to take a wait-and-see approach because it's very interesting. It's kind of a roller coaster. So let's just jump into the shit show.
So yeah, this is the Team RedEye shit show, everybody, on Rumble.
I called this Politics Friday as a reference to Horizons, because Horizons does a Politics Friday show on his channel. It's Saturday, and I'm mainly doing it to be a bit facetious, because I obviously inspired a lot of Horizons series, so I thought, let's have it go both ways, and I take one of his ideas. Again, it's all in good fun, it's funny,
It's funny, you know, because I used to do that show. I need to redo it again eventually once the 2026 midterms come up, you know?
Yeah. But, anyway, a lot going on today in the world. Trump wants us involved in the Middle East like a fucking retard.
George Bush!
Yep, he does.
Very George Bush, yes.
George Bush doesn't care about black people.
But, obviously, like, this is something we knew was a pretty distinct possibility. Like, let's face it.
I'm not gonna lie, towards the end I was kind of coping.
No, because we knew, because Trump just attacked Iran, which, again, I am against all foreign war. I don't think we should be involved in any of this nonsense. It's fucking retarded, but here we are.
Especially if we're not getting anything out of it.
Well, yeah. But that's just kind of been the case with Israel for, like, ever. Is that they take and take and take and then never give anything back. Like, they just want to fucking own us. And they've had undue influence over our politicians for, like, ever.
They think it's okay when they come first, but when we want to finish, it's a problem, right? How does this affect our view on him? Because I still support him, but I don't support this, and if it goes any worse, I don't know if I can.
So, I mean, I like a lot of the stuff he's...
Almost a deal breaker.
So for me, I knew this was a distinct possibility because Trump's always been soft on Israel. I do like a lot of the stuff he's doing with the LA riots and shit in California, but obviously this is a whole other can of worms.
This is a bigger deal.
Like, again, when I voted for Trump, I knew something like this was very likely.
I don't think the result would have been different if she was elected.
Well, again, yeah, everyone, like, Israel has, like, every politician's in their pocket. Like, it would have been the same, it just would have been maybe done with different tactics, I have no idea. With all this telling us that Iran has, oh, they're building nukes, it's like, Now do when George Bush kept telling us that fucking, Iraq had weapons of mass destruction. We've been in the Middle East basically my entire life. And so, like, you know, it worked out all those other times so well, didn't it? I mean, for fuck's sake. Like, why do we gotta keep trying to be world police? It's so fucking pathetic. Like all this foreign conflict. And fucking neocons have been pissing me off a lot lately with their fucking awful takes on this shit.
That's like very late 2000s sort of like gung-ho kind of bullshit. And I hate saying that, but it's kinda what we're getting at a little bit.
For me, like, again, I knew this was a distinct possibility. I don't think, like Guy was saying World War III earlier. I don't know about that, because we've been in the Middle East, like I said, like, all my life. So, could it escalate more? Absolutely. But it is also just kind of...
they'll strike us?
I don't know. I think it is a lot more of the same. And the thing is it's also a fucking thing to Iran that's like, whether or not they have a nuke, it's kind of, they're in a no-win scenario now.
It sucks, too, because that ceasefire gave us hope that it could stop this genocide of innocent children from happening, but nah, it was a lie.
Well, that's, like, the thing is, right, like, obviously I don't like a lot of the shit that goes on in the Middle East on either side. I don't give a shit about the Middle East. I think we should just fucking, like, tell them, okay, cool, go do you. Not our problem.
It's one of those things that's like North Korea, where it may be horrible on the inside, but we don't want to get inside, sort of scenario.
Well, the other thing...
want to fuck around and find out.
The other thing is, right, speaking of North Korea, they got nukes. China has nukes. Russia has nukes. Tons of countries have nukes, and none of them strike.
Seem like bigger threats.
Like,
too.
People act like, oh, Iran's gonna start using nukes if they build them. It's like, nukes are a deterrent. If Iran was fucking retarded enough to use a nuke, the entire world would nuke them into oblivion, so I don't think they're that stupid. Again, I don't give a shit about, like, Iran or any of that. Like, I could not care less. But at the same time, I don't give a shit about Israel either. Like, and again, Israel are the aggressors, and that's undeniable. Like, they literally struck first, and they're like, how dare you retaliate?
I don't think it's likely that they're going to come to peace talks, but do you think there's any scenario in which they do feel cornered and decide to? Because I don't think that's going to happen.
The term any scenario is far too encompassing to give it direct no, because there theoretically is always a scenario. But I don't know.
But either way, we are definitely funding something if it does escalate, and that's not something I'm really keen on. And you know, I don't know. I just feel like this is a big card to play, and I'm not sure if it was wise to kind of involve everybody.
I mean, look, again, this is also far from the first time Trump has done this kind of shit that I disagreed with. Like,
I mean, he did the thing in 2019 where everyone thought World War III was going to happen, and the infamous Drake meme occurred. Honestly, I don't think this is... I hope this doesn't escalate, you know?
Well, I mean, yeah, there was conflict with Iran in 2019 and 2020. Like there was the whole World War III shit going into 2020 that was all the talks. But that's not what I was referring to. Like, he did do that missile strike on Syria, which I didn't agree with, that a lot of people kept saying, oh, now he's finally being presidential.
Oh, guys, I just got a tweet. So it's the New York Times. New York Times is saying this. United States, quote-unquote, enters, quote-unquote, war with Iran. I call bullshit. It's probably them just trying to skew it.
Horizons. Blowing a bunch of people the fuck up, if that's not an act of war, what do you call it?
That's definitely war, then.
Yeah. So if we just did that, we're in war, baby.
Either way, we are funding this, which is very...
Well, yeah.
Very unfortunate.
Again, this is why I always say taxation is theft.
Something that's not ruled out.
Somebody abolish the fucking iOS. That's what my take is. Abolish the fucking iOS.
I mean, yeah.
Same show.
We are jumping the gun.
But again.
Haven't they
All
not
right.
enabled
Corbin's here.
Like the random selection in a while, like a long, long while?
Vietnam was the last war we actually did the draft.
We are jumping the gun, to be fair.
Well, that's why I say I'm not jumping in gung-ho to the World War III and draft talk, but I'm just saying, don't rule it out.
Oh, yeah, no. Definitely something to add to the stress levels.
Trump said
this is a device.
peacetime.
That didn't happen.
He's piecing it
That
up.
did not happen.
Trump is piecing it up in the Middle East, baby.
He's just dropping lovely peace bombs on them.
Even if there was a regime change, I don't know if we have the right to decide that. You know what I mean?
No, that's all we've ever done over there, though.
But I mean, I don't like the idea of playing God with their structure.
Okay, the most retarded thing about neocons to me is they have come to acknowledge that the war in Iraq and Afghanistan, a lot of them have come to acknowledge that it was wrong. Some of them haven't. But then they're all okay with it.
But let's do it again!
Yeah, exactly.
Let's do it again!
I don't know. I don't think Trump necessarily cares about his own career because he's already on his second term.
Right. Well, Lance is...
Yeah, what does it matter? He has nothing to lose.
Especially not now.
Nothing to loot.
Again, he did drop bombs on Syria in like 2016 or 2017. So this is not like the
Don't worry,
time,
guys.
but
This foreign policy is worth it to get replaced, to have our workers replaced with Chinese people and Indians. So it's all good.
Oh, fucking Caston. Fucking dickhead. Fucking Congressman of Illinois says Trump's actions on Iran is an impeachable offense. Oh yeah, impeach these nuts!
Yeah.
Literally, you can't even say Iran should have done this because Iran didn't do anything. It's literally just, it's okay because they're Muslims. That's basically it.
and here's the thing: Islam is a shit religion.
Yeah.
But neocons will dehumanize them like nothing. Like, it's ridiculous. Like,
You want to know what the worst part about this
also,
is?
Muslims are right
But
about
no,
women.
it's-
And they'll point to, like, Ukraine being bad, but this being alright.
Well, it's funny. Like, they'll literally try and argue that it's so different because, oh, we must defend Israel because it's the Holy Land and we gotta bless them and they're important to our faith. It's like,
If it's the Holy Land, why don't we take it away from the Satanists?
yeah, well, if it's the Holy Land, why are you here? Why are you in America? Why aren't you over there if it's so important? And also, the Bible, anytime it's referring to Israel in the Bible, is a very different Israel than what we have now. First off, Israel was literally Jacob, and his kids were the children of Israel, and his descendants, and there was 12 tribes, not just the one. So
I think we literally are like the other, like we are some of the other 12 tribes.
yes, we are, and that's the thing Mormons actually pretty heavily believe, because one of the things you get in Mormons have this thing called a patriarchal blessing that you get when you turn 18. That I got mine, and when you get it. Or maybe it's not 18, maybe it's 16. I don't remember. Point is, you get it, and they tell you which tribe you're from. Not only that, right? They say, oh, Israel, like fucking Ted Cruz and his dumbass being like, well, Israel's a nation. Okay, well, which nation?
He
like
sounded
the current,
so unsure about everything.
right? The current
when asked
borders,
about,
the
like,
current regime, the
population
current people
statistics.
there. Like, if it's the people there, then why not everywhere? Like, also, if he's a Christian, Christianity literally says that the church is Israel. Not anything else.
No, the Bible says give missiles to the state of Israel.
Anyways, so Ben Shapiro's probably soiling his goddamn trousers. Well, not soiling.
He's creaming himself, yeah.
No, if you look
I am
really
ashamed that
closely-
Ted Cruz is a fan of Rorschach.
You know, if you look really closely, in certain lights, you could see scales.
Yeah.
The worst thing about this is that his suit's falling off.
In Sunday school, I was taught from the Bible.
He literally looks like he could play the penguin.
Yeah.
Nah, he looks more like Harvey Weinstein than that.
Again, all of these I can see.
Israel will be blessed, and those who curse Israel will be cursed.
And again, the Israel in the Bible is not the same as Israel now. Israel in the Bible is
No.
Jacob and his descendants.
Israel is literally Jacob
And I would
his
fucking
people.
argue it's talking about the family, the descendants of that fucking family.
Right,
Like, it's
exactly,
fucking retarded
the children
to
of
think it's
Israel.
the fucking land.
Yeah, and it's
It's
not...
fucking retarded.
It's also retarded to think, oh, it's just the Jews, because there were 12 tribes of Israel. Judah was just one of them.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's fucking retarded.
And from my
Fuck the Old
perspective, I want to
Testament.
be on the blessing side of things.
I mean, I like the Old Testament, actually, but...
The New Testament's where it's at.
No, but even, like, the Old Testament could easily be used to dismiss this, too. But New Testament also says that Israel is the church, so, you know...
Also, here's the thing to consider: taking out like the biblical and historical context of what he's saying or whatever. Beyond the blessing side, I think that's a horrible thing to say because one, we're going to get nothing out of it. Two, there's going to be consequences. So there's no blessings. We're never going to get paid back for this.
Every fucking war game the U.S. has played with this has escalated to a nuclear war. Every
I feel like
fucking one of them.
Iran having not only is the Iran having nuclear threats the dumbest, I mean, having nuclear weapons the dumbest thing ever, because, like, honestly, Iran's the country I'd be the least afraid of if they had a nuclear
If you
weapon.
really think about it, yeah,
Exactly.
because there's
China and North
countries
Korea,
like North
Russia,
Korea,
have nuclear
China.
weapons.
Yep.
Why the hell am I scared of Iran?
Well,
They
yeah.
also have better financing, so
I'm more scared if India has nukes.
Right?
Bless
No,
the government
I would
of
be
Israel.
too. It's
Those
just
who
what
bless
the war
Israel
games
is what it says. It
show.
doesn't say the government of it, says the nation of Israel. So,
It doesn't use the word nation.
but the
that's in the
government is
Bible.
going to
As
extend
a
its
Christian,
hand
I
either
believe
way.
that.
Where is that?
I don't think the
I-
Bible
I-
also says God's chosen people either.
It might refer to the Israelites as that, but again, that is specifically referring to Jacob and his descendants.
Yeah, but it never
Exactly.
says.
I don't have the
Oh, but
scripture off the tip of my...
you disregard the
Pull out
Talmud.
the
Well,
phone.
no, but he's like, where is it? And he's like, oh, I don't know. And then Tucker's like, well, here it is.
And use
It's
the
in,
Google.
it's in
Well, that's why I like when Corbin was watching this interview with his grandpa said Tucker was a smartass. It's like he's right.
So you're quoting a Bible phrase. You don't have context for it, and you don't know where in the Bible it is, but that's like your theology? I'm confused. What does that even mean?
Tucker.
I'm a Christian. I want to know what you're
I
talking
do
about.
love how it is. To me, it's probably how much of a smart ass he is.
Also,
Well, yeah.
this approach is a little bit of like an emotional appeal that the left kind of does for a lot of certain issues.
What, Ted Cruz?
Tucker
Yeah.
Carlson.
You're a real
Yeah, I do agree.
Christian.
I think that what he's doing overall is like bad for debate as like an actual.
It's literally like appealing to like relatability of like your religion, emotional appeals. Like, well, if you're a real Christian,
Like everything Tucker
You
reveals in this
can't.
video, he could have done a video on himself. He didn't even have to debate him. He
My support for Israel come from, number one, because biblically we're commanded to support Israel, but
We are not commanded to.
number two...
Hold on.
No, I'm not holding on.
Hold on. You're a senator, and now you're throwing out theology, and I am a Christian, and I am allowed to weigh in on this. We are commanded as Christians to support the government of Israel?
We are commanded to support Israel, and we're
What does that mean, Israel?
We're told those...
Again, literally, he can't even fucking define Israel. He's just like, oh, well, the current nation. It's like, where does it say that? How did the Bible have that?
who bless Israel will be
There's
blessed.
also horseshit that talks about an Antichrist ruling over Israel.
Yeah.
Hold on,
So are
define
we
Israel.
supposed to
This is
support it then?
important. Are you kidding? This is a majority Christian country.
Define Israel? Do you not know what Israel is? That would be the country you've asked like 49 questions about.
So that's what Genesis, that's what God is talking about.
honestly, Tucker Carlson being a smartass is kind of deserved though, because he tried to like make him look like a Nazi in the video.
Well, and the thing I like is, so Tucker used to be a neocon, like, years and years ago. If you don't know, Tucker was all in for the war in Iraq and stuff like that.
Yeah, Bush era, he was a neocon bad.
Which is why I like that Tucker's actually come around and actually become, like, one of the better political pundits on the
Has
right.
he
He literally talked about all the times he was wrong in the past, yes. Like, he
How
doesn't
it
try to
always
sweep it
died
either.
for him.
Tucker acknowledges it. Like, that's why I like Tucker.
Yeah.
Like, he was...
I mean, literally,
for him,
Fox
then.
News isn't worth watching without Tucker
Well,
Carlson.
yeah, Tucker was literally too hot for Fox. Like, he literally was saying stuff that was too spicy. They had to get rid of him.
Well, he stopped
Literally after Tucker
Warhawk,
left
so Fox
I
had to get
stopped
rid of him.
watching.
Oh, yes.
And so is that the current borders, the current leadership? He's
Again,
talking
these are really good questions.
about the political entity called Israel?
He's talking about the nation of Israel. Yeah, nations exist, and he's discussing a nation.
Okay, if nations exist, what's a nation? Or is it the people, is it land? What are we? Are we an idea or are we a nation?
Exactly.
Nation was the people of Israel.
Is the nation
They're the
God's
descendants of
referring
Abraham.
to in Genesis, is that the same as the country run by Benjamin Netanyahu right now?
Yes.
Ted
Growing up
Cruz
in
is
Sunday
definitely
school,
kind of got to say America's just an idea.
Oh, yeah, totally.
foreign policy failures that I presided over.
Well, we were unable to beat Russia in the war that you supported against Russia. You've been spending the last...
So it's funny. The captain, Horizon's friend, who, you know, I'm not going to get into too much drama with him. It's not about that. But he said he's so proud that Ted Cruz is his senator right now. But the captain also said
And
he was
Tucker's
against...
a flaming homosexual.
But, hold on. Yeah, he did call Tucker a flame. He keeps calling everybody gay. I think he's projecting. I think he might secretly be gay. Because he keeps throwing that around to everyone. He's like, oh, you're just gay then.
Yeah.
That's like
He
Steven.
said Matt Walsh and Tucker Carlson are secretly gay.
Yeah.
Like, what the...
Anyway, what I was gonna say is he had a problem with what's it called, with the war in Ukraine, but Ted Cruz supported that. So are you proud of Ted Cruz? You sure? Like, like again, he said he's against the war in Ukraine, but is he only against it because right now the current neocon talking point is being against it? Because he claims, oh, neocons are all for it, but clearly they're not.
Last
One
3
thing I like
years
about
telling
Walsh
us
is
that
that's
Vladimir
not correct.
Putin is evil and we're going to beat him with other people's children, and 1 million of those kids are now dead. You've never apologized for that. That was a full failure.
By the way, look, the level of number of falsehoods you lay out just in one statement are rather
You haven't
stunning.
supported
He
the
doesn't name
war
the
on-
falsehoods.
Which
He does not state any falsehoods.
Yeah.
Just
He's
Russia?
just saying it in bad
are
faith.
rather stunning. So, the war against Russia was caused, which I have explained at great detail, by Joe Biden's weakness.
I mean, I don't entirely disagree, but you supported it. Like,
But you
It was-
supported the war.
yeah, exactly.
If you want to talk, we can talk Russia and Ukraine. I'm happy to talk about it.
Do you think that's been a success?
No, it's been an absolute disaster.
Okay, but you supported it. Shouldn't you apologize?
Didn't you apologize?
Did you apologize?
Should apologize.
No, fuck you.
I'm
I'm
not
right.
going to engage in the
I'm not
demand
going to
of apologies.
apologize for the thing I just said was bad.
Right.
I'm like, that's my point. Is all these failures and no one ever says I'm sorry.
Matter, or do you just throw out if you want to talk, we can talk.
I just want to serve American
They hate
interests.
me
And
for no reason. All because of bad stuff I did.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm not interested at all. And
You're telling me that
haven't
Tucker's willing
apologized.
to acknowledge that his
What
past
fa-
statements are bad. It's only fair that a senator tells the people that, hey, I was wrong for supporting this. I don't think that's fair. He's just like dodging.
You hate using shorts, but this does seem to be the most efficient way of seeing clips of this without watching the full thing.
It's efficient.
To the question of what AIPAC is, and I don't think you're being straightforward about it. AIPAC is lobbying on behalf of the interests of a foreign.
So yeah, anyone who supports AIPAC is also stupid. Like I don't really believe in any foreign aid. Like I don't believe foreign aid should be a thing we have at all.
No, it puts too many things at risk.
Yeah.
Country and they're not registered.
Like granted, if there's like a symbiotic
I think the biggest
relationship,
problem with sorry.
I was just gonna say if there's like a symbiotic relationship where there's a trade-off that we're getting something and they're getting something, that'd be one thing.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
But with this, we'll just get bad fuel prices because the chances of them closing the pipeline down, Iran closing down the pipeline down, that'll cause our fuel prices to go up at least 10% is very high.
Yep.
Also, just why do we want to be friends with the weaker countries that get that get attacked all the time and then have to help them all the fucking time? Like, if we're gonna have allies, we should have allies with actual strong countries that can defend themselves.
Yeah,
because we have to
that are
police
problematic. Also, the problem is that if we're allied with people who just invade first, it's gonna make us look bad a little bit. Because by association...
Well, yeah, considering Israel literally struck first.
That's what I'm saying. Like, we're going to be associated with pro-war countries is the view that people are going to see.
Right.
And you're saying, no, that's not true. You're saying that they don't coordinate with you.
Oh, this one's really funny. Like, he absolutely destroys them on this one, too. Like, there's a lot of that.
They talk with them. I don't know what they do.
But why don't you care? Isn't it meaningful if a foreign government...
Hey, I talk with Israel all the time.
Of course you do. Of course you do.
Countries all the time.
But the law is... A lot of people...
I just give them intel and money. What's the big deal?
This law that if you are lobbying on behalf of foreign government, you must register. That's it. It's really simple. And I don't know why, if I'm working for Malaysia or Qatar or Belgium, and I'm working on behalf of its government's interests through a group of Americans who are representing the friendship between those two nations, I have to register under the Foreign Agent Registration Act, and if I don't, I can go to jail. And people have gone to jail, including people I know.
Okay.
So I don't understand why we don't just be honest and say they're lobbying on behalf of a foreign government, they're coordinating
Exactly. Like, literally, there's no counter-argument to this.
with the government. You know that that's true.
That is not only not true, that is false.
They're not coordinating with the Israeli government? I'm only trying to get to the...
Anyway, yeah, because he literally admitted earlier in that clip that they are, and then he's like, they're not coordinating. Like, he's like, it's not true.
Campaigned on ending the war.
Again, we don't want any beef with Horizon's friend.
I'm sorry. That was a little bit much.
No. I brought him up in the first place. It's not about that, but we have been arguing with him, and he does exemplify a lot of the issues in modern sentiment that I have.
Yeah.
I literally just thinking of him because he's the only person that I've argued about with it recently. So
yeah, exactly. And he's been really like. He was really obnoxious the first day. He's been better these last couple days and not being as much of a smarmy asshole.
He's not totally bad faith, like, you know what I mean?
I mean, I think his arguments are terrible, but yeah.
I mean, clearly the videos I post are starting shit 'cause it's always like neat and like I specifically try to post paleo-conservative shit over.
Well,
I don't even give a fuck about those words. Like, what the fuck is a paleo-conservative?
Like he says paleo-conservative, so you're but he also says he doesn't want to be a conservative, but yet he still uses the term paleo-conservative. It's like because he says that conservative has had no meaning ever since people actually started wanting to conserve and go back and not actually just like be Democrats driving the speed limit.
Mm-hmm.
I think he's frustrated because Putin has been less than eager to reach a deal to end the war, but it's going to end. You're not going to see another dollar coming from Congress.
Do you think Zelensky wants to end the war?
I think Zelensky has behaved horribly. I think his Oval Office meeting will go down in history.
I think that the one thing that was really like with Zelensky, I think J.D. Vance was the one who made him look like a bitch in that. Basically, Trump tagged in J.D. Vance to do that. Horizon's friend does not like J.D. Vance. That's like one of the things he disagrees with Trump on. I'm like, I don't know. Vance has surpassed all of my expectations.
Vance is fucking good. He's better than fucking Pence.
You know
At first, I was a little worried, but after he started showing they actually cared, it was like, okay, cool.
Yeah. Now again, we'll see what my opinion is at the end of everything. Obviously, this is all we're still in the heat of the moment. Obviously, right now, Trump and his administration are doing things I don't agree with here in the Middle East. But
I obviously love the way Trump's been handling those riots. Though.
Yeah, I agree.
Absolutely.
Well, like I said, he's
still
a mixed
in
bag
favor,
right now,
but
but this
is
shit
not-
is pretty big shit that I obviously don't agree with.
Yeah, it's one of the
This
worst
is-
things to do about this is it distracts from how cool those ice on the how cool ice has been on those fucking riots. Like I've been love watching and stuff.
As the worst Oval Office meeting of any leader that has ever come to the Oval Office. I think he behaved like a pompous ass, and I think he's doing real damage.
Yeah, Zelensky was fucking pathetic as hell in that.
He was being kind of entitled in there.
It was really funny.
To his country, right?
You described him many times as a hero.
Got him.
Do you?
I don't recall ever using the word hero.
Sometimes
I
you're
will
heroes
say-
have
Oh, he has the clip. He dropped the documents.
Look,
I used the word savior, sir, but I never used the word hero.
I'm not a Zelensky cheerleader, and I'm not in the.
All the Photoshop.
President Trump campaigned on ending the war. I think he's.
I'm just asking what AIPAC does. My understanding, having known a lot of people
I
who
could
work
tell
at
you,
AIPAC,
I
is
deal
that
with
it
them all the time.
lobbies on behalf of the Israeli government.
Wrong.
Oh, okay.
Definitely
When was
wrong.
the last time
Okay, so this is building on one of the other ones we watched a second ago.
AIPAC took a position that deviated from Prime Minister Netanyahu?
All the time.
Name one.
Let me go back and give a little history. If you want to do a deep dive on AIPAC, we
I don't. I want to do a shallow dive that gets...
No.
I want to
I don't. I want to do a shallow dive.
The core question is, AIPAC is lobbying for a foreign government, and I don't... It's not.
No.
It's lobbying for the United States.
It is lobbying for a strong U.S.-Israeli relationship.
So it's not as...
So, what countries are involved in that relationship that you just mentioned?
Nothing to do with the foreign government.
It wants America and Israel to be closely allied.
So it's not lobbying on behalf of them. It just wants them to be closely allied.
It just wants them to be friends. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, but it's lobbying on behalf of the interests of another country.
So that's not true at all.
How much contact do you think AIPAC leaders have for the government of Israel?
No idea.
You're the one who seems a little uncomfortable when I'm asking.
Okay.
How many people live in Iran, by the way?
I don't know the population.
At all?
No, I don't know the population.
It's funny. Ted Cruz thinks he has an own.
I don't even...
Yeah, Ted Cruz thinks he has an own by doing a thing with Tucker asking Luke Skywalker
like, I
what the
don't have to
population of the
know.
Death Star is. It's like, how is that an own? Like,
I mean, neoconservatives literally, they don't care whether there's what the number of people is or not, because they literally think all Muslims should die. That's what I honestly think they believe. I think they honestly believe that all Muslims should just die.
I mean, yeah, it kind of seems that way, doesn't it?
Well, yeah.
You don't know the population of the country you seek to topple?
How many people live in Iran?
92 million.
Yeah,
How could you not know that?
Oh, you answered your own question. Is what he's
I
trying to get
don't
at.
sit around memorizing population tables.
Well, it's kind of relevant because you're calling for the
Senator, it's
overthrow of the
kind
government.
No, it's not. They should all
Why is
die.
it relevant whether it's,
Well, because-
it's 90 million or 80 million or 100 million? Why
Well,
is
because
that
if
relevant?
you don't know anything about the country...
I didn't say I don't know anything about
Okay, what's the ethnic mix of
Look,
Iran?
listen, guys.
We should know the
Especially
we should know
for
the
someone this
context
high
and
power.
impact of what it means for the bigger
Yeah.
picture. Yeah.
Like, it sounds a little bit more to be like, well, I don't know, I don't care. Casualties of wars. It's a little bit kind of the vibe I'm getting at.
They are Persians and
What percent?
predominantly Shia. Okay, this is
no,
cute.
it's not
Okay.
even... You don't know anything about Iran. So,
And I'm not
I
even
am
an
not
expert on
the
Iran,
Tucker
but I'm just
Carlson
saying.
expert on Iran.
You're a
who
senator
says-
who's calling
Okay,
for the
you're one who
overthrow of the
claims-
government.
You're the
and
one
you
who
don't know anything
claims.
about the country.
No, you don't know anything about the country. You're the one who claims they're not trying
I like how he's just like, no, you.
to murder Donald Trump.
No,
You're the
I'm
one
not saying that.
who can't figure out
I'm
if it was a
saying
good
you
idea
don't
to kill
believe-
General Soleimani, and you said it was
don't
bad.
believe they're trying to murder Trump.
Yes, I do.
Because you're not calling for military...
By the way, like the funny thing is, when me and Corbin were arguing with that guy the other day, he literally said multiple times he's actually afraid of Muslims attacking. It's like, you're afraid of that?
Literally, the only real way they can do terrorism here is if they literally immigrate over here, which we could just not let them in.
Yeah, except for we've had our borders open, and that's the only risk.
Well, yeah,
we
I'm just
have, is
saying, like,
people
that's much
got in
more of a
while our
risk is the
borders
ones
were
that are
open.
here, not the ones in fucking Iran.
Yeah, the ones in Iran don't
I
fucking
won't-
matter. It's
I
the ones
won't
that could
lie.
be here already.
I won't lie.
Right now,
Well,
all we can
Iran's
do
part
is...
of Banks, isn't it?
I'm not sure.
Or BRICS, I mean.
I'm gonna be honest, I'm not I'm not familiar.
I'm pretty sure they're part of BRICS.
Okay.
I'll look on Google.
Okay.
Military strikes against them in retaliation. And if you really believe that,
carrying out military
yeah, like with this, since we're still in the heat of the moment, obviously we just kind of got to wait and see what happens.
They were invited to join BRICS in 2023. They joined in 2024.
Well, there you go.
They are part of BRICS.
Perfect.
And that's where it's a risk.
Yep.
Right, with our help. I'm said we. Israel is leading them, but we're supporting them.
Well, you're breaking news here because the U.S. government last night denied, the National Security Council spokesman Alex Pfeiffer denied on behalf of Trump that we were acting on Israel's behalf in any offensive capacity.
No, we're not.
And obviously this is old news now because can't make that argument at all anymore.
Not bombing them, Israel's bombing
Man,
them.
I'm just also surprised on the government's behalf. They didn't give him a firm scolding for messing up talks like this because he's speaking on their behalf.
Well, again, everybody can see Ted Cruz look like a fucking jackass here.
Surprised.
Yeah.
Like, anyone who thinks that he did a good job is coping super hard.
Yeah. I like this thing Potato posted out. I don't know if you guys pointed it out already. Where it's Walter White saying, "I'm attacking Iran because they have nuclear weapons," and the guy's like, "Why don't you attack Russia? Are you crazy? They have nuclear weapons."
Yeah, Potato was here earlier. It'd be cool if he was still here, because, you know, this is like the one subject we could probably get him talking on.
Yeah.
A short time ago, the U.S. military carried out massive precision strikes on the 3 key nuclear facilities in the Iranian regime: Fordow, Natanz, and Esfahan. Everybody heard those names for years as they built this horribly destructive enterprise. Our objective was the destruction of Iran's nuclear enrichment capacity and a stop to the nuclear threat posed by the world's #1 state sponsor of terror.
As if they would
Tonight,
be
I
a
can
real
report
fucking
to the
threat.
world that the strikes were a spectacular military success. Iran's key nuclear enrichment facilities have been completely and totally obliterated. Iran, the bully of the Middle East, must now
Look at that weird look,
The
James
bully of
giving
the
him.
Middle East.
Future attacks would be far
Really,
greater and
Iran
far
is the
easier.
bully of the Middle East.
Yeah,
years,
yeah,
Iran has been
Iran,
saying
famously
death
the
to
bully of the
America,
Middle East.
death
Yeah, let's
to
let's
Israel.
go with that. Sure,
They've been killing our people, blowing off their arms, blowing off their legs with roadside bombs.
And what's Israel been
That was
doing to the
their
rest of them
specialty.
over there?
We lost over 1,000 people and hundreds
We
of
wouldn't
Weird. I
thousands
thought
throughout
Israel
the
had
Middle East
nuclear weapons.
and around the world.
You know, it's
have
funny,
died
too,
as a
like,
direct result of their
he's
hate.
talking about
In
Americans
particular,
over there, right?
So many were killed.
But
by
like,
their
why are the
general,
Americans over there? Let's get them the fuck out.
Soleimani.
Actually, if you think about it, the soldiers are going to really suffer.
That I would not let this
Why the hell are Americans in every
I
fuck,
wanna
like
thank
all
and
over the world,
congratulate
in every
Prime
country?
Minister Bibi
I thought they were
Netanyahu.
Americans. Why the hell are they
Worked
over
as a
there?
team like perhaps no team has ever worked before. And we've gone a long way to erasing this horrible threat to Israel. I want to thank the Israeli military for the wonderful job they've done. And most importantly, I want to congratulate the great American patriots who flew those magnificent machines tonight, and all of the United States military on an operation.
Yeah, guys, they fucking bombed some facilities. Do you guys think civilians worked there?
Hopefully, we will no longer need
I hope
their
not.
services
That'd be
and
horrible,
capacity.
but they
I
probably
hope
were.
that's so.
It doesn't matter. They're all
As
Muslims.
the chairman of the Joint Chiefs of Staff, General Dan Razor.
Don't you remember 9/11?
Spectacular general, and all of the brilliant military.
And it's funny, too,
minds
that he was
involved
talking about
in
all
this
the
attack.
hate that Iran spread.
With
It's
all
like,
of that being said,
like,
this
look,
cannot
I don't want to be a
continue. There will
faggot,
be
but, like,
either
anti-Muslim hate
peace
is
or there will
pretty
be tragedy
prevalent.
for Iran, far greater than.
I mean, it's literally it's at least, it's like the.
Remember, there are many targets
I mean,
left.
it's like the most justified form of
Tonight's
racism
was
for some
the
reason.
most difficult of them all, by far, and perhaps the most lethal. But
try
if
to
peace does
justify
not come quickly, we will go after those other targets with precision, speed, and skill. Most of them can be taken out in a matter of minutes. There's no military in the world that could have done what we did tonight. Not even close. There's
Yeah,
never been
not
a
even
military
Israel, which
that
is why
could
we had
do
to do
what
it.
Took place just a little while ago. Tomorrow, General Kane, Secretary of Defense, Pete Hegseth will have a press conference at 8 a.m. at the Pentagon. And I want to just thank everybody, and in particular, God. I want to just say we love you, God, and we love our great military. Protect them. God bless the Middle East. God bless Israel and God
No,
bless
they don't even.
America.
Yeah,
Thank you
JD
very
Vance
much.
has had funny
Thank you.
expressions this whole time, by the way.
All we hear to fucking say?
That's it?
Oh my god.
That's it?
Yeah, that was lame.
That...
Boo.
Okay, that kind
That
of
was
answers nothing.
3
You're
fucking
well.
minutes.
Literally.
So this is where the first guy got AIDS. Peter, this is the site of the 9/11 terrorist attacks.
Oh,
So
this
Saddam Hussein did this?
scene-
Yes, this scene is super relevant. This is neocons in a nutshell.
No.
The Iraqi army?
No.
Some guys from Iraq?
No.
That one lady who visited Iraq that one time?
No, Peter, Iraq had nothing to do with this. It was a bunch of Saudi Arabians, Lebanese, and Egyptians financed by a Saudi Arabian guy living in Afghanistan and sheltered by Pakistanis.
So you're saying we need to
She's
invade
saying we have
Iran?
to vote.
Oh, let's see what Charlie Kirk has to say.
I guarantee he's saying retarded
Why?
shit. Yeah, fuck it. Let's jump in.
Watch it.
We turn the corner, there's just another conflict in this region that almost everybody in these audience will not.
It is being laggy too. Oh, there we go.
What's his stance on this?
Probably
I
bad,
don't watch
because it's Charlie Kirk. He's an idiot.
Is a. I'm not even taking a position on it.
Well,
Trump
what?
did it.
Imagine he's like,
Commander-in-Chief.
oh yeah, you want to talk about
Trust
Israel? Why don't you say that to my gay black
By the
friend?
way,
over there?
Yeah,
that's the biggest
exactly.
takeaway I'm getting from Trump supporters is cautionary approval. That's probably the best
Let's
way
go
I
to
could
real low
summarize
the lowest
it.
quality to
It's
letters.
like, look, you're leading us into this. You've earned it. We got it. We have some concerns. Cautionary approval, I would say, is the consensus of the audience. I don't even have cautionary approval. I just say, President Trump has earned it. He's a friend of mine. He made a decision. Let's see what happens. And by the way, he has proven time and time again. If you want to all of a sudden he had 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 different iterations of
I don't know
messes.
if I don't know
And
if I
he
agree
knows
with
what
this
he is
at
doing.
all, actually.
Well, why don't you say that to his gay black friend, Steven? I like, though, that his fucking retarded take is, well, Trump's earned this, alright? Let's just trust him.
Yeah, I don't think he's. I don't think anyone would have earned my my trust for this, honestly.
Guys, watch this. I'm just gonna kill your entire family. Just watch me do it. Just trust me. It's gonna be fine.
I've earned it.
Just trust me, bro.
I've earned it.
Bro.
Could be extrapolated.
Hey, Rebel.
Rebel in the house, boys! How you doing, Rebel?
Full house.
I'm pretty fucking psyched. Yo, did y'all see what happened?
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm not very psyched, to be honest, but I saw.
I'm not psyched at all.
Yeah, why'd you be psyched
yeah.
about it?
No, I'm saying this
Hello,
because I'm
Epstein.
fucking angry.
Yeah,
This
okay, good.
Fucking idiot.
Yeah.
Thought it was a good idea to get us involved in war.
I agree, it's fucking retarded.
We're all gonna die.
I like the way he screamed, "We're all gonna die."
Yeah, no, it's,
How passionate.
his fucking speech, too, after was fucking nothing. It was pathetic.
Dude literally said that he said that we stand with Israel. No, we fucking don't. And he's like, and then he ends it by saying, "God bless Israel," right before saying, "God bless America." Are you
Yeah, like that is
That's a
really
valid point.
bitch thing to say, though.
This is just absolutely stupid. Getting us involved in war that we don't have a fucking obligation to get
We
involved
do not have
in.
a stake in this.
I agree. That's why, if you saw on Horizon server, Corbin and I were arguing with this one neocon guy back and forth about it.
Yeah, he seemed really turned on by the idea that we can go, like, get fucked.
Dude is a fucking idiot. What does he think?
I think any president we would have had in right now would have done this. I think all
that's
if
also
it was
Yeah,
either
well,
side,
true,
it would
true.
be controlled by
But that doesn't-
Netanyahu.
I
Either
agree.
side.
I agree.
It
I'm just
doesn't make
saying
it right,
it was fucking bad. It's still bad.
Yeah,
Still not
it is.
good.
All right, and that's all you get for this sampler edition, highlight, recut, whatever you want to call this. That's what you get for this version. Like I said, the full show was much longer, covered a variety of topics, had us react to several different videos, but this was mainly the gist of the main topic of that episode of the Shit Show. So I might do more of these in the future, where I condense the Rumble editions into these highlight videos for YouTube's sake that are a little more digestible, and to give you a sneak peek and to still have something from the content on YouTube, but still keeping the bulk of it Rumble exclusive. I hope you guys enjoyed. Have a good one. Toodles.
You take forever to say nothing.
What are you doing? Subscribe to Fugitive RedEye.